Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Today our group will present the case study on Northern Terengganu Integrated Development Project, IADA Ketara. Now I will introduce my group member. Okay, my name is Raja Muhammad Farhan bin Raja Muda. My matric number is 263716. Next, Muhammad Lokman Hakimi bin ISMAIL. Matric number 262002. Next, Muhammad MARWAN bin HAZIAH. Matric number is 263584. And lastly, one Muhammad AKIF bin ZANUSI. Matric number is 262375. Okay, next. Okay, for the background, IADA Ketara was established in 1991 and is one of 8 party in Malaysia. It is an agency under the Ministry of Agriculture and Agro-based Industry that implement the development in the jalapan padi at Besut area. So IADA Ketara play a role in implementing the third National Agriculture Policy, specifically in developing the paddy industry, which outlined the achievement of at least 90% of the national substance rate with a yield of 6.5 meter by year 2010. Okay, the entire project convert an area of 208,000 and 212 hectare covering the district of Besut, and still area that cover on 85,381.70 hectare. Okay, next slide. Okay, next for the diagnosis organizational level. Okay, for the strength, paddy industry is one of the primary enterprise that is centered around the national plan pointed to, toward accomplish creation level of 291 million metric ton by 2020. The business capacity to accomplish this designated creation level is subject to the limit of ranches to deliver adequate creation toward 2020. There are two qualities of present day culture, specifically using time productively and innovation are examined. This examination was directed utilizing a quantitative methodology by studying rancher at IADA Ketara and IADA Kemasin at Semerak. So they also use paddy geospatial information system that aim to help the state agriculture department to monitor paddy cultivation activity in the North Terengganu Integrated Agriculture Development Area, IADA Ketara. This system use the advantages of the remote sensing technology and geographic information system, GIS, in providing information on the status of rice planting activity. The data used is in system is radar satellite data, which is able to collect information on rice crop even in the weather condition covered with cloud. and rain cover in the large area. So the main component of this system is paddy crop database, which contain map information for each paddy lot, as lot number, class, and letter acreage, yield, and operator information. Okay, next for the witnesses. For the witnesses, in ecological term, rice farmers are facing the problem in global climate change. This situation greatly affect the prospect of the local paddy production, ranging from lack of water supply and the dry season excess water in the rainy season. Unpredictably seasonal condition make the crop schedule changeable and not simultaneous, impacting the increase of disease or pest problem. Next, outdated agriculture infrastructure and initiative such as irrigation as well are rising input price, especially fertilizer, pesticides, petrol and diesel have become a burden to farmers to increase the production of paddy. Similarly, in terms of institution, if the government does not empower farmers through the increase of human capital and policy that are in favor of interest for farmer, then the sustainability of rice farming will be threatened. So that's all from me for my part, and I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, for the problems that the organization face is the first one is the lack of staff. The protected filling process is to blame for organization's employee shortfall. This implies that the hiring process for new employee is lengthy. This is due to superiors' desire to cut the cost of permanent employee salary. When there is a dearth of permanent personnel, the cost that the organization must expend to pay employee wage is minimal, while saving on organizational expenditures. The second one is lack of development budget. One of the issues confronting the organizations in its growth is a lack of funds. The annual funding grant by the Ministry of Agriculture and Agro-based Industry is insufficient to pay the organization's development needs. As is well known, the organization was formed to aid farmers with agriculture capital assistance, rice seeds, rice harvesting machinery, and other agriculture-based service. Other than that, the cost of farmer support, the government funding to the organization cannot fully pay the needed running expenditures due to a shortage of funds. The organization is unable to boost the growth of that organization. The third one is lack of budget for operation and maintenance. The organization's challenge is a lack of funds to conduct the organization's operation and maintenance. The cost of running an organization is high since the organization is a government organization with numerous departments such as administration, finance, maintenance, agriculture, farmer welfare, counseling and advice, and other sections. The activities of the department need a large expenses. Next, the next problem is limited resource competition. There is frequently rivalries inside an organization for the allocation of resources such as jobs, finance, office equipment, and personal equipment to suit the demands of their different departments. However, such resources are limited. As a result, there is discontent and inequity in resource allocation when individuals prioritize their personal interests over the aims of the organization as a whole. The next problem is ambiguity of responsibility and powers. Employees in organization are still imprecise in carrying out their jobs and expect others to do so. When there are issues with work fulfillment, personnel will be rotated. Failure to achieve a goal will result from unclear duties among staff. Furthermore, there are issues with centralization and the division of authority among staff. Individuals make decisions for all units when authority is centralized. Every organization has disagreements between employees and boss as a result of relying only on the opinions of their subordinates and showing favoritism in work distribution. Next one is no, we, or our. Weak leadership is sometimes the result of a desire to monopolize all appreciation for the efforts of others or to blame others when something terrible happens. Both of these traits can have a big detrimental influence on employees. Negative views, according to psychologists, have a longer lasting influence than good views. Leaders that embrace a me and I approach will only produce a divided, poisonous working environment comprised of alienated and isolated employees. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
For the recommendation appropriate intervention to improve the situation organization. The management of the organization need to apply. For addition allocation for the development of IADA Ketara management from the Ministry Agriculture and Food Industry. This is very important step in effort to increase and strengthen agriculture output in our country. Providing largest fund can help IADA Ketara in addressing the problem of lack of budget management and development of IADA Ketara organization for the benefit of farmer. Second recommend is establish collaboration and joint activities to reduce operation and maintenance costs. The management of IADA Ketara need to collaborate with government or private agency or NGO in carrying out organization activities to reduce operation costs. The second recommend is the third recommend is improving management efficiency. Management efficiency in the IADA Ketara organization. The growth and development of any company is closely related to concepts such as the efficiency of management, processes, and personnel in the organization. The term relate to management efficiency is productivity. Improving the effectiveness of organization management will also increase organization productivity. And the last recommend is improve employee training and development in the organization. Training is an important organization activity because of its influence on employee productivity. Training helps new employees to become productive employees in the organization, and experienced employees are able to accept changes and job demands. For the output of intervention recommendation, first output is the first proposal is to apply for additional allocation for the development of IADA Ketara. Next. Lokman. Man. Next slide. additional allocation for the development of IADA Ketara. Management from the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Industry. The output of proposal enable organizations to carry out activities to improve and development the country agriculture industry, as well as enable them to have more entrepreneur and farmer expand their agriculture processing activities. The second output is the output of cooperation and joint activities to reduce operation and maintenance costs between IADA Ketara with other organization can save the cost of expenses and maintenance of the organization operation. The third output is the next proposal is to improve the efficiency of organization management. Improve management efficiency can generate creative idea that will enhance the agency ability to introduce new creative and improving its level of service to the public. And the last output is the improve employee training and development in the organization. It can help improve the level of knowledge and performance of employees in the organization. The result of the training is to enhance that the organization can achieve a satisfactory return on the investment made, especially from the most important source of employees. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, for my part, I will present about the obstacle of change. Okay, first, the obstacle that has been faced by the organization is lack of communication. Okay, one study has revealed that clear and frequent communication is the single most important factor in an organization failure to successfully implement any form of change. In fact, focused and proactive communication can at least substantially minimize each of 10 calls for individual change resistance. In both the planning and execution phase of change management, communication should take center stage. For example, before a project or a new direction is implemented or executed, communication should begin. Set explicit expectation, disclose problem timescale, and provide regular update on organizational progress to the plan. Keeping everyone on the same page during unplanned or crisis-driven change is just as important. You can be run if you don't communicate intended change. Speculation and whisper will spread across your company or organization, and a lack of trust will take it difficult for employers to accept change, especially if they are unaware of what is expected of them. Okay, next is lack of consistency. Staff will face an increased burden at first, and they will painfully realize that the new way of doing things is really more time consuming and difficult than the old one. Okay, and lastly is culture barrier. In a summary, culture is a bind a company together. It refers to an employer's set of beliefs about where they work, why they work, and who they work with. Okay. As a result, in order to sustain your company culture, it must be developed and maintained. Organization change is impossible to achieve without addressing or underlying culture. When it comes to institutional transformation, it must be done in a way to take into account. Overcoming cultural barrier to change management necessitates a true awareness of all stakeholders in change process and their primary concern. The key to managing change is way to integrate rather than alienate multiple group of stakeholders inside your business is frequent communication, proportional representation within your implementation team, and outward feedback route. Okay, that's all from me.
As a conclusion, finally, in order to compete in today's extremely difficult climate, every firm must have an adequate management system. Successful firms recognize the need of establishing an effective management system. Organizations all over the world are beginning to engage specialists to assist them in designing and implementing policies and procedures for the aim of improving and sustaining organizational performance. Several measures must be followed in order to carry out this objective properly, including giving job analysis, gathering information, giving positions to the best applicants, and running the business smoothly and effectively. Since a result of the significant element, employee management should be given greater attention and thoroughness in concern human resource and their management. Perfection in employee management will be helpful in terms of the investment made to get the desired objective. The organization must become more resilient over time since management is what defines the firm's success or failure in attempts to boost productivity and competitiveness.